Mets drop opening day to the Houston Astros by a score of 3-1. Coming up is my review, my take, and my thoughts on today's game, especially that insane final at bat between Juan Soto and Josh Hader. Coming up here on the Bleed Orange and Blue podcast.
Meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the METS Mets of New York Town.
Welcome to this brand new episode of the Bleed Orange and Blue podcast. As said in the intro, the Mets dropped Game 1 to the Houston Astros by a score of 3-1. This is Game 1 from Game 162, the postgame show. So, my thoughts on today's game. It was shaky, it was rough, but also you got to get the jitters out of the way for opening day. Clay Holmes, in my personal opinion, I think he did a good job. It wasn't the best. He was, like they said in the broadcast, he was solid, but he wasn't his best. And that clearly showed. It was his first start since 2018, so you can't really get off on him there, because it was not the best start, but it also wasn't the worst start. It could have been awful. He could have allowed home run after 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 home run. But he didn't do that. What he did was he didn't do any of that, thank goodness. But also the hits that he gave up were hard hit. They were hitting them off the cover today. There's hats off to the Astros offense. There was nothing really the Mets really could have done today. Framber Valdez is Framber Valdez. So the Mets offense wasn't. Is it difficult? Is it tough because of how this Mets lineup looks? Yes, it is. But there isn't really much you can do about it yet. It's opening day. It's Game 1. We don't need to overreact just yet. We're not in, say, mid-June and we're on a big losing streak. No, calm down. Ease the brakes. Okay? All right. So now that I got my thoughts out of the way, let's take a look at the stat line for this game. As said, Clay Holmes unfortunately takes the loss in this one, but as I said also, solid, but not the best. 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. 1 of them were unearned because of a Luis Angel Acuna error. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Again, not the worst thing in the world. We could be looking at 2 2/3 with 10 hits and 6 earned runs and 2 home runs on the board. Could have been one from Jordan or could have been one from Christian Walker. They could have gone back to back, but who knows? But going on with the pitching, Brazoban, 2 1/3, only 1 hit allowed, 1 walk, 2 Ks. He was fantastic today out of the bullpen. Looked really good. He was the thing that was keeping the Mets in this game. It was only 3-0. The Mets had plenty of chances to do something today. Team runners in scoring position, unfortunately 0 for 6. They left 10 men on base. So the offense was very much lacking today. You can't fault that at all. It's difficult because we're still in the first game, and you look at this lineup top to bottom, you think they should be a contending team, but also still chill. It's early, so calm down there. But this is the stat line for the lineup. Lindor went 0 for 4, got the RBI, got the sac fly in the 9th. Soto 1 for 3, 2 walks and a strikeout. We'll get to that strikeout in just a minute. Alonso 1 for 2 with a single, 2 walks. He was very patient at the plate. It was good to see. He didn't have any strikeouts today. He looked good, other than that broken bat that ended up being a fielder's choice, but nothing really you could have done there. Vientos from the cleanup spot, 0 for 3 with a walk, no strikeouts. Nimmo, 1 for 4 with a strikeout. He had a hit. So close from getting something going in the eighth. Nothing really much he could have done there. Marte in the DH hole, 1 for 3, got a strikeout. It was a pitiful strikeout, if you ask me. Three pitches. Ugh, I don't know what the heck he was looking for. Tyrone Taylor in center, 1 for 4, no strikeouts. He looked okay. Of course, nothing much to write home about because it's a 1 for 4 day. Luis Angel Acuna, he was 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout, but I have to say that walk that he took against Josh Hader, I commend him, man. He looked like a veteran up there. 12, 13 pitch at bat against one of the best closers in the game, and he gave him a run for his money. He looked really good. I'm hoping to see more of that plate discipline as we head on into the season. Torrens 1 for 2 with a single. Winker pinch hitting 0 for 1. He was out very quickly. He decided to go for the aggressive approach. Didn't really work in his favor. It was a ground out to second. And then Sanger in his MLB debut struck out against Hader. Again, inexperienced, facing against a veteran. There's nothing really much you could have done there. But let's take a look at the scoring plays. Jake Myers had a RBI ground out in the bottom of the second. I thought everything was okay in the bottom of the second. I thought that Holmes was doing okay, and then the ground. I'm like, okay, it's just 1-0, easy, calm down, nothing to write home about. Then he gave up an RBI single to Yanier Diaz in the bottom of the third. Nothing really much he could have done there. It was a hard hit up the middle, scored a run. I'm like, okay, it's just 2-0. And then Pena with a ground out made it 3-0. Again, 3-0. That's not the biggest deficit. Say maybe it was 6-0, 7-0. Then forget it. I'm thinking, no, there's no way. There's nothing really we can do here. And then the top of the ninth, obviously with bases loaded, Lindor got the sacrifice fly to score the lone run that the Mets had. That ninth inning, man, took you on a ride. Let me tell you what, that ninth inning was insane. It looked like a big comeback was brewing. I'll be totally honest. I feel like a big comeback was brewing when you got those clutch base hits out of out of Marte and then a clutch base hit out of Taylor. So it's like, okay. And then Acuna comes up, and I'm like, okay, Acuna, just take your time. I know it's against Josh Hader, so just chill, try and get something going here. And then a 12-13 pitch at bat that he was in. He looked a lot like his brother in that at bat. And it was great to see from him. Hopefully that develops as we continue along the season, as I previously said. Also, same thing here before we get into anything more. Also, keep in mind, this is my first time doing like a post-game review after a game. So please excuse me if I repeat my words and I seem a little off script. This will develop and this will get better throughout the season. Just like the Mets, this is opening day for the podcast doing post-game reviews as well. But anyways, moving along, Sanger came up, bases loaded. It's a tough spot for the kid. So no outs, bases loaded. Yeah, it's definitely a big spot, and I really thought he could have done something. It's okay. He strikes out. Just it's his MLB debut. Can't knock the kid for anything like that. Lindor comes up. I was like, okay, Lindor up. Come on, give me something, please. Sack fly. Okay, we score a run. I'm like, all right, we're not getting shut out. That's good. That's good. No shutout. I didn't want to get shut out on opening day because it probably would have been a lot worse if we got shut out on opening day. And then and then end of the game. Juan Soto versus Josh Hader. Oh my goodness. That was a disgusting slider that Hader threw to strike out Soto. Oh. As Trevor Bauer would say, he sorted him. That's exactly what happened. Hader sorted Soto out of his shoes. And you just got to tip your cap on that one. He set him up. Hader, Hader does not get 200 saves for a reason. He is a veteran closer, and he knew exactly what he was doing. I thought they're gonna walk around, so they're gonna walk Soto. He's going to play possum, and then he's gonna walk Soto. Get Alonso up to with bases loaded, and Alonso's gonna have to try and do something. He baited all of us. He throws 3 straight balls, then he throws a slider, a hanging slider, 3-0. You think, yeah, don't swing 3-0. He didn't swing 3-0. And then he fouls off a pitch, makes it full count, and I'm like, okay. And then that slider was disgusting. It hurt to see Soto go down like that. But again, gotta give credit where credit is due to Josh Hader on that one. Oh my goodness. Insane. Nothing to take away from it. But just come back tomorrow. We come back tomorrow. We come out better. Hopefully better. Apple TV's got our game tomorrow, so no Gary, Keith, and Ron on the call, which sucks. I'd rather listen to Gary, Keith, and Ron than any broadcaster nationally. Apple TV is so dumb, man. I hate the nationally televised games. And we have 20 games this season, man. It robs Gary, Keith, and Ron of doing what they do best and being the best broadcasters in sports. But I digress. Anyways, tomorrow's pitching matchup: Tyler McGill facing Hunter Brown. Tyler always thrives for some reason in the first 2 months of the season in March or April. Hunter Brown was okay during spring training, and then nothing really to write home about. But looks like Beatty will probably be starting second base tomorrow. That will be his first start for the Mets this season in Game 2. It's a 7:10 start, or it's a 7:30 start on Apple TV. So if you watch, if all you people who have Apple TV have the time of your life, fine, watch the game. That's fine. I'm not watching the game. I can't watch the game. And even if I wanted to watch the game, I don't want to watch the game. Apple TV announcers are so annoying. I can't stand it. So I don't know. But let me know what you think. Do you think what do the Mets need to do to improve? It's game 1, so just PS public service announcement: don't freak out. A lot of season left. So chill out. It's okay. Everything's going to be fine. They're going to clown Soto tonight. Fine, let them clown Soto. Oh my goodness, he struck out on an insane slider, the hater. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let them get their likes. Let them get their rage bait. Let them do whatever they want to do. Let them clown. It's all right. It's game 1. Chill, easy, calm approach. USA, just breathe. Nothing to worry about. It's okay. We get back to work tomorrow. But as for now, thank you for listening to this episode of the Bleed Orange and Blue podcast. This is post game number 1 out of game 162. As I said in that episode where I was talking about the moves that the Mets made, the 2025 offseason moves that the Mets did, I'm trying to do post game from game 1 to game 162. And I hope I'm able to do that, whether it's going to be this version on video or audio. You will hopefully hear, you don't even know, maybe some games might be from New Britain Stadium before a Bees game, since I'm interning with the Bees again this season. And who knows, maybe we'll have some guests pop on. You never know. But as for now, this has been game 1, post game, New York Mets versus Houston Astros. It is what it is. People, just chill. We're going to be okay. But as for this episode of the Bleed Orange and Blue podcast, you can put it in the books. See you next time.